In my previous video, I told you how tenses came in existence. Before watching this video, I recommend you to take a look of the concepts discussed in the video. I have given a link of that video below in description. Now I am going to tell you about the usage of tenses, especially indefinite tense, that is present indefinite tense, past indefinite tense, and future indefinite tense. If I compare indefinite tenses, I find that present indefinite tense is used for present events of our daily routine works or actions, whether the actions are regular or irregular. For example, I go to school daily. Whenever I play, I always play only cricket. I always get up early in the morning. I always speak the truth. He never tells a lie. All these examples show that we repeat the activities in our life. It means present tense is used for habitual things in which we repeat an action willingly or as routine work. Secondly, simple present, or in other words, present indefinite tense, is used in general statements what was true in past time and is true now and is likely to be true in future time. For example, 2 and 2 make 4. The sun rises in the east. Now if we talk about past tense and compare both these tenses, we find that simple past is used in the routine actions and habits, but all the activities and states have no connection with present. All these actions, events, habits, or states are connected with past only with adverbial of past time. For example, ago, last, yesterday, or with past year or historical fact. The examples are: I wrote a letter yesterday, I joined the club last year, I met her 2 days ago, I was born in 1980. Here, yesterday, last, and ago are adverbials of time, and 1980 is past time reference here. Sometimes the time is implied or indicated with context. For example, I learnt cooking in Yamunanagar. Here, time is implied, it is not given here, but we can understand that the time is related to past. Note that in present indefinite tense we use adverb of frequency like usually, daily, always, and so on to show the repetition of an action, whereas in simple past we use adverbial of past time to show that the event or action is connected with past. In this way, simple past tense is used for actions completed in past or for past habits. On comparing these two tenses with future indefinite tense, we find that future indefinite expresses simply future time, whether the time is of near or remote future. In other words, this tense is used for actions that has still to take place. For example, I shall go there tomorrow. I will come here next month. We shall go to see the red fort tomorrow. Here, tomorrow and next are adverbial which show future time. Now the question arises here is what syntax should the sentences in these tenses be? In simple present, it should be constructed with first form of verb, in past with the second form of verb, and in future with shall or will plus first form of verb. In present indefinite tense, we use the syntax of subject, verb, and object. Subject may be singular or plural. If it is singular of third person, that is he, she, it, or any noun, then the first form of verb takes with it s or es, and then we write object. I always play cricket. In this sentence, I is subject. Subject is the doer of action or the person or thing we are speaking about. Next is always. This is adverb of frequency which shows the action is repeating here. It is occurring again and again. Next is play. It is verb here. It is in first form of verb without s or es because here is first person singular I is used. And then there is object, cricket. Object means the receiver of the action. Now in past indefinite tense, in which we use only second form of verb, the sentence is I met him yesterday. In this sentence, I is subject, met is second form of verb, him is object, and yesterday is adverbial of past time. And in future indefinite tense, here I shall visit you tomorrow. I is subject, shall is helping verb, visit is main verb, it is in its first form, and you is object, and tomorrow is adverbial of future time. In present indefinite tense, we use do or does to make a sentence negative or interrogative. For example, he writes a letter is a simple sentence. It means it is an affirmative sentence. It can be converted into negative with the help of do or does. If we convert this sentence into negative, then it becomes he does not write a letter. Here we have used does and then not and write, first form of verb here. It means with does we always write first form of verb. We have used here does because the subject is third person singular here. In the same way, if we convert this sentence into interrogative sentence, then it becomes does he write a letter. In past indefinite tense, we use did for making a negative or interrogative sentence. Here is a simple past time sentence is given here. I wrote a letter. It can be converted into negative sentence by using did, not, and first form of verb. She did not write a letter. We can convert it in an interrogative sentence using did in front of the subject. Did she write a letter? After did, we always use first form of verb, and in the end we always put a question mark. And if there is any word of WH family, then we put the WH family word first and then did, then subject, and after subject first form of verb, and in the end of the sentence the object and question mark. Why did she write a later. It is an interrogative sentence. In future indefinite tense, we can convert a simple sentence into an interrogative or negative sentence with the help of shall or will. Here, the simple sentence of future indefinite tense is I shall visit you tomorrow. It can be converted into negative by putting not between shall and first form of verb visit. I shall not visit you tomorrow. This is the negative sentence, and with I we always use shall. With I or we always use shall, and with other persons, second or third, we always use will. Shall I visit you tomorrow? Here we have put shall before subject I, and after I we have put visit, and in this way the syntax is shall or will, then subject, and then first form of verb if we want to create an interrogative sentence. Here another example is will you come next week, or when will you come to receive her